Hey guys, Brian here, and I want to welcome you into this thing called Restoration Church. So glad that you decided to check this out, whether you clicked on it on Facebook and you saw this page and you decided to follow it, or somebody posted this to their page and you decided to check it out. Maybe you've heard some rumblings before of church in a brewery and you don't know what that's all about. Whatever it is, we're here to answer your questions. We're doing an 8-week series on video. It's a video series called Hi, My Name Is, and this is the very first one, so you're starting in a really good spot. Yes, I am talking into my iPhone without a microphone, and so I understand that the quality is not what it could be, but we believe that God's going to use whatever it is that He's going to use, and we're going to try to do the best that we can with the tools that we have. And right now, these are the tools that we have. We have my couch in my living room, and we have my iPhone. So we're doing this series called Hi, My Name Is, and we're excited to have you be a part of it. This is going to be something completely unique and different than maybe what you're used to when you hear the word church. You think of a steeple, you think of a building, you think of something along those lines where the body of believers can gather together and worship Jesus. And there's going to be elements of that, but we're doing it in a brewery. And our focus is going to be shifted a little bit different than maybe what a traditional church is. Our focus is people following Jesus, and our mission is transparency, community, and change. That's what we're going to be about. We want to be able to support the local church. We want to be able to provide resources for the local church and the brewery, whether you need a small group space or whatever that is. Like, we're going to hopefully have rooms available that you can meet your small group in and be a part of your congregation and be a part of your group at Restoration if you want to. We're going to have Sunday services at like 5:00 p.m. so that if you go to a church and you want to be a part of this as well, you have that option. If you're far from God and you have no idea what church is and you're just there, like, we're really excited about that. Or maybe you're a pastor that never gets to have a Sunday off, but you would really like to just hear teaching, or you would just like to be a part of a worship service. We're going to be able to provide that as well. I've always been intrigued in ministry outside of the church walls. For about 6 or 7 years, I've been trying to pursue this idea, and God's timing is perfect, and I think His timing is now. I've started Bible studies in a bar before. I've done music inside of a bar, and the one issue that always comes up is people are way too afraid to step foot inside of the church. I can meet them right where they're at, but then trying to get them from that one step to the next one is a really large step. And so what we're hoping that we're able to do here is just connect the dots where people can go from this point and get all the way over to Jesus. And if we can be a stepping stone in that, and we can get them plugged into a local church, then we're absolutely going to do that. We're really excited about what that means, and about what this calling is. So we're just people following Jesus and hoping to be a bridge for reaching people. I had this idea several weeks ago that I had this analogy that basically what Restoration Church is just another branch of the military. Sometimes as a church, we get more interested in being in guarding our own territory, right? Like, I hope that church doesn't come in. I hope this person doesn't come in. I hope that doesn't happen. And we get more territorial with our people, with our resources, with whatever it is. But the church needs to function more like branches of the military. So we're going to be the Navy, right? We're going to give you water support, and maybe some ground cover at some point. Maybe we've got another church that does air cover, air support, whatever that looks like. And I'm not very militaristic, if you can't tell. You're going to find out if you don't know me. But that's what we're going to be about. And then a friend on the leadership of Restoration was like, "Oh, so you mean we're going to be like a branch and Jesus is the vine?" And I go, "Yeah, that's probably a better analogy." In John it's not probably a better analogy. It is a better analogy because Jesus said it. In John 15, in the book of John, in the Bible, verse 5, Jesus says, He's talking to His disciples, and He says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing." So if we stay connected to Jesus, if we are connected to Him, if we're studying His Word, if we're spending time in prayer, if we're connecting to Jesus, He's going to abide in us. We are going to be abiding. I love that word. We're going to be abiding in him, and we're going to bear fruit, because that's the promise that Jesus makes. And so as a body of believers, as a church, we get to bear much fruit. And so Restoration Church, we're just a branch heading in a different territory. We're going in a different direction. Our branch is going this way. And we want to help support some of the other branches as much as they want to let us. We're here to support. And so we're excited about who we are, what we're going to be doing, and what it's going to mean for the church collectively. We want to stay connected to Jesus. And later on, the promise that Jesus makes when we abide in him, when we stay connected to Jesus, he says, "These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." So when we connect with Jesus, when we stay connected with Jesus, when we stop pursuing different things, if we stop abiding in our work, in our job, if we stop abiding in our children, if we stop abiding in our spouses, if we stop abiding in trying to reach the next rung of the ladder, whatever that looks like for you, if we stop abiding in social media, which I know is awkward because I'm talking to you via social media right now, but if we stop abiding in those things and we start abiding in Jesus and let him work in us, and we abide, if we rest, if we stay in him, that's where we're going to have joy. That's when we're going to be people who are markedly different than the rest of the world, because his joy is going to be in us, and our joy isn't attached to anything else but Jesus, and that's going to look a lot different. And so I hope that we can be an organization that models that. I hope that when you see people who are involved with Restoration Church, you're going to see people who are following Jesus. You're going to see people who are getting after it, people who have a desire to reach people. Yeah, that's the desire. That's the hope. So as you go, remain in Jesus, abide in him, and let his joy fill you up. And we look forward to having you around for the next 8 weeks as we continue the series of Hi, My Name Is, and we invite you to be a part of it. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything you want to share with us, please let us know. You can send us a message on Facebook. You can write a comment below, whatever you need to do. Ask whoever it was that shared this with you, and we would love to talk to you more. So thank you so much. Be in prayer over Restoration Church and specifically and Restoration Brewing. We're working on some really cool things. We've got some doors that potentially are opening up that I can't really speak to yet, but as soon as we go through them, we can speak about them. And so we're really excited about what God is doing. We believe he's going to continue to bless this. And we just ask for your prayers as we continue to do this. This is going to be a lot of spiritual warfare, and so pray for those that are involved, and pray for the local church, wherever it is you're at. I believe fully in the local church. My heart is for the local church. I'm on staff at a local church. So I have a heart for those people and people involved in the local church. And so just pray for your church. Don't forget to pray for the local church and pray for restoration. Thank you so much for checking this out. We'll see you soon.